My name is Jeffrey, and this is Cynthia. You're going to get to know Cynthia in just a little bit. She's going to tell us all about herself. But we're excited today. We're diving into the Northwest Georgia region. So Cynthia, tell us a little bit about yourself, your agent, and also dive into your involvement with your local board and Greg.
Okay, so I'm semi-new to Keller Williams. I've been here for a year. Best move I've ever made in my life. I've been selling real estate for about 16 years, and I love the Keller Williams model. It has changed my business, the way I do business. I've been very involved with the board. I am vice president of the Cartersville board, NWMAR, and we love our community. We love our agents, and we're always looking to serve and help anyone in any way we can.
What, so where are you from regionally? Where do you live currently and do a bulk of your business?
Gordon County, but I also do Floyd, Bartow, and Whitfield County.
So in our Northwest updates, we cover Bartow, Floyd, and Gordon County. And for those of you who live outside of this region and are wondering where that is, Buc-ee's is in Gordon County.
Yes, we all love Buc-ee's.
So that's kind of how we tie it. And then Rome is in Floyd County, and Cartersville and Adairsville are in Bartow. So I want to dive in. We're going to dive in straight into our stats today. If y'all could allow me to share the screen, that would be fantastic. Pulled up a lot of the local stats. And when we look at the Northwest Georgia region, keep in mind that we are also pulling from Georgia MLS, not just FMLS, which in the Atlanta area is kind of what we see stat wise, but we're pulling from Georgia MLS and FMLS here. So what you're seeing, this is Gordon County on our stats, the realestatestats.com. If you click on these bottom tabs, they'll take you to the different counties. So we're going to dive into Gordon County. So Cynthia, we have in Gordon County, there's 17 active properties right now.
Yes.
As a local expert, how's that feel? Does that feel accurate? What are you seeing?
It is. It's a little tough. It's a little tight because we have so many buyers and so many price ranges, and it makes it a little hard for the buyer, which makes us have multiple offers, over asking, people dropping to lower price ranges just to be able to overbid to get these properties.
What are you seeing in terms of unlisted property selling or property not hitting Georgia MLS and FMLS?
Yes, I've actually done several of those myself. They are out there. But then you run into the occasional seller that wants it to hit the market because they want those multiple offers. So I think it could go either way. And then you have the people that just want to not deal with all of that.
What do you have? And I was pulling it earlier today, but the average price point in Gordon County has significantly increased.
It has.
It's looking at numbers and statistics. It wasn't as fast as Atlanta.
Right.
Last year, but right now, I think it was like up like 18%,
yes,
which is incredible for Gordon County.
It is.
What are you seeing? What type of property is selling right now?
Well, I would say around 220, 221-ish is what's selling the fastest. Of course, we all have those buyers in the 150s, 175s. It's extremely hard. Move-in ready. Some people will do a little bit of work, but no one wants to do a lot. And a lot of the loans won't allow for a huge amount of work to be done on these properties.
And then up in Gordon County specifically, you're able to find land.
Yes.
You're not limited to 0.18 of an acre.
Yes. It's a little bit different here. Even if you have land with a house on it, it's selling for less per square foot than say Bartow County. And it's a big jump. And they're appraising for a little less up here versus Bartow County as well.
Which is interesting, which we'll start seeing that come. Matt Pitts is joining us, our team leader.
Hey guys.
So flipping back over to our charts and our stats, we had 17 active, but 15 closed. If you go back to March 28th, so the last week of March, we had 14 hit the market new and 17 closed, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
But it's the reality. So as a listing agent, let's put on your listing agent hat for a second. You're advising your seller. How would you advise them with these statistics or these numbers, knowing, hey, last week 14 went on the market and 17 left the market?
Yes. What I would say is actually what I've said recently. Let's go ahead and price very aggressively, very competitively, and maybe just a tiny bit below market value. And we end up with multiple offers over asking. A couple weeks ago, I had 25 offers. It came back on the market 12 the next day. It was just crazy. So if you price correctly, you can actually enter that market and probably have some appraisal gap.
Yeah.
People come in
What-
that are bringing cash.
What about now? Put on your buyer hat. You're a buyer's agent. How are you handling it?
Whenever I speak to a buyer, I'm always checking to see how much cash that they have to bring. In addition, what if it doesn't appraise? What's the best strategy to get to whenever we approach a listing? And basically, just what are you going to offer? And if you're going to come in lower or below price, I'm going to explain to you why that's not a good idea.
She's a pro, I'm telling you. And she's a statistics based. She knows her numbers. Let's jump over to Bartow County. Bartow County encompasses Cartersville, Adairsville, some of Rockmart, Emerson, White. So that aspect, but also Ackworth. A lot of South Bartow County is still in Ackworth, which people predominantly put that to a Cobb County city, but it's in Bartow. We had last week, or as of Monday, 58 active listings. So we're seeing significantly more listings a little further south in Bartow County, but 39 of them closed. So with your Bartow business, your Bartow County, are you feeling the same thing or is it different? What's the difference?
The difference for me is for Bartow and Gordon. I am just noticing that higher price point, you've got, I still run into multiple offers, things like that, of course, that it hits the market. If it's good, it's gone. If it's sitting a little while, there's probably something a little wrong with there's something that's less desirable. And then I feel like I can advise my buyers to try to get a little bit of a deal.
So I love that. If it's good, it's gone.
It's gone.
I'm going to use that in my business. But that's interesting. If it's, the perception is if it's sat on the market, what, for more than
A week or two, really.
What's wrong with it?
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to see in Bartow County, a lot of people are pushing the limit
Yes.
on what they can get out of their listings.
Mm-hmm.
I like your strategy of pricing a little below
Yes.
market value, because then you're in control if you're on the listing side.
Yes.
With our Cartersville Business Center, a lot of our agents, I know one of our agents has 11 listings hitting the market next week. So I'm expecting and hoping to see a boost in those numbers, coming off Easter weekend, but we're dead in the middle of spring.
Yes. Great market.
It was also interesting. I was looking at this and we didn't hit this on Gordon County, but there's a lot less properties that went pending.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
is interesting to see. So keep your eye on that. If you are a stats person and a business person and enjoy this side of the business, keep your eye on it. And then I also love the graphs that show us, if I can get over to it. It's not letting me go, but we can see, things are kind of, in the past, we've been up and down, but right now it looks kind of like we're trending. Everything's kind of merging together a little bit, which is interesting. Okay, I want to flip over to Floyd County, which pulls, Rome is the driver in Floyd County, but there's a lot of Calhoun too.
Yeah.
In Floyd County. We had 30 listings hit the market in Floyd County. New listings, and 18 closed. And I can tell you, of all the counties we track, Floyd has felt the most consistent.
Yes.
And I'm not quite sure why. You've lived up here a while. What do you see? Do you see a difference in Floyd County and Gordon and Bartow?
Bartow for sure. Floyd and Gordon, I feel like they may be kind of the same. However, the price point, the average sale price point in Floyd is $227 versus $221. Their days on the market are 7, where ours is 8. However, the number of listings that they have are more than double, and the number of pendings are more than double. But there's a lot more people that live in Floyd County than here as well, and there's a lot of growth there.
Okay, so let me put on from a different perspective. I am an investor. Okay, I live in the Atlanta area. I'm looking for an investment property. I can't get anything inside the perimeter or even south of Cobb County, where would you go?
I would come to Gordon County.
Okay.
Or Floyd. Gordon taxes are a little bit less in Gordon than Bartow, and they're a little bit, that to me that makes a difference for many reasons. But Floyd is good because you have all of the hospitals, you have Redmond, you have everything. There's a lot of jobs. Gordon is great because there are a lot of jobs coming into the area as well, and a lot of new jobs are coming in through the Airsville area. So I think that could be, if you're an investor, you're going to be looking for places to rent. And I actually have an investor that just bought a new construction, and he's going to be renting it for a very large amount. And I actually, as a realtor, should know this, but I didn't even realize that rent in Gordon County was that high.
So interesting. So we're going to share Cynthia's info in here when we post the recordings, and we're going live. She's a fantastic referral agent. So if anybody outside of, this region is looking to refer somebody in here, from a personal perspective, we bought a home in Rome.
Okay. Yeah.
We're able to pick up an investment property, and it rented within 3 days.
Oh, I know about it. Yes.
So I'm loving.
How much did it rent for?
Okay. 1,500.
Oh, wow.
So a great return on it. It's fantastic, and multiple places. So one, I like this area of the state for investors, but also for your typical buyer who's maybe looking for HGTV, 3 acres and a farmhouse.
Yes.
Don't neglect the Northwest Georgia. I did want to ask too, Cynthia, you are very involved in your board, your local board of realtors, and a lot of agents don't always see the value in their board. I'm fortunate that the board I'm involved in Northwest Georgia is very connected to our community. But what is the value? What is the importance of staying connected?
Well, there are many. There's so much that we have to offer, but we do work for you, and we work for the community. There's a lot of community services that go on. We actually love all of our agents, and we want participation. In addition to, we have a lot of sponsorship, and RPAC is a huge thing. And RPAC donations have allowed us to give money to people that are lobbying and voting. And during the pandemic, everyone worked in Georgia as a real estate agent. There were states that were shut down where realtors couldn't make any money. And to me, that is one of the huge benefits of being part of the board, donating to RPAC, really getting in there and understanding what's going on, and fellowshipping and working with your other agents during board events. You can make a connection with the real estate agent, which could connect you with upcoming properties that you didn't even know was available, or, hey, I like that person, and you can really work with them in the future.
Personally, when I hear, there's jobs coming to Gordon County and Bartow County, it's hard to kind of figure out where those jobs are headed. As a real estate agent, I am watching those areas because if 20,000 jobs are coming, that's
big.
A lot of homes that need to be sold.
Right.
But we get a majority of our job updates from our board.
Yes.
Our board of realtors even in your local communities watching is usually one of the front lines of insider information to where the jobs are going in your county.
Yes.
And I can't stress the importance of getting connected and staying involved. One last question, and we're going to wrap up because we're efficient up here. If I am a new agent, Cynthia, share with me from your experience why these numbers, why these charts are so important for us to understand.
You definitely need to understand all the numbers so you can better assist all sellers and buyers in your market. And you can be the professional, because if someone is out showing a house and your buyer says, hey, what's going on in the market, and what's the average price point, and what do I need to offer on this house, because they're all going to ask you, you need to know what that is. And you know what the house down the street sold for with the same square footage. If you're going to help your seller reach the best price possible, you need to know what's happening in your market.
She's the best. She's a bro. We'll share her contact, Cynthia's contact info, so you have it from a referral standpoint. But thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you all so much for hopping on. We will post this recording and go live with it soon. Talk to you guys soon.